All right, guys, it's 4/16, July 28th. Hope everyone's feeling okay. Want to get to today's recap and a little look ahead, as today was a bit of a consolidation rest day. Take a look at disclosure. You guys know the drill. I'm not sure if the VTF will see this because sometimes it loses the connection, but here we go. My name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap look ahead. You guys see it on the virtual trading floor? Hello. Everyone knows I got to shave a little bit. You're all good, okay. All in all, what you kind of would expect if you came in with a lot of longs because we closed strong on Friday. You were able to trim and trail and make some money. If you wanted to fade a little bit, you were able to fade and things came in and made some money. If you bought the first 20 minutes, chances are you were down a bunch of money. And anyway, it was a little bit of a just another day in the life of this grind. If you're selling premium as a hedge, it's you can make a little bit of money and make money longs. If you're trying to buy puts, or you buy puts after we came in because everyone thinks it's over, you're losing money. So it's been tough, or tough if you're looking for a top. Tough if you're net short for whatever this trend has been, which none of you guys really are. And it's still there's been a bleed even with the market going up. So not everything is moving. So I get it. I've tried to pare down some risk, and I myself, the last 3 days, kind of had a little bit of a bleed, which has been kind of annoying considering, we're just kind of grinding higher. A lot of those earnings plays just not working. You have to buy them after, and that's fine. Where'd the Qs get to? 56, 55. Like I've been accumulating just little annoying things, which happen. They happen. Little annoying things happen in every job or every career. So this what's my little annoying thing? XBI. So they came out with some news that the Trump administration is going to increase the percentage on patents, royalties, or whatever it is from 1 to 5, and it got hit. It's still fine, but I've been accumulating some options as a concept that it could take out 8903, and right now, you know, who knows? Tomorrow they're gonna have to really save it fast, and like someone says that it's better than feared, or maybe if Trump is really getting behind it, they want more things to come, more drugs, so they can make money. I don't know. All I know is that it looks worse today than it did coming in today. But then on the other side, XLE, had a nice move. So I was accumulating XLE down here and made some good money. I sold some, and it still hasn't even broken above this wedge. So I'm trying to stick with some decent size there. As far as stocks, let's go through Mega first. Amazon, I trimmed some into strength. I held for the day, didn't get stopped out. Usually into this resistance away from the 8 day, got to be a little careful. It's been better to buy into the 8 day than add higher. Numbers of Thursday, it has some time. Meta, I made money there, and I just wanted to limit risk. I was kind of sick of my bleed, and went to 723 and backed off. Um, Still, numbers are coming out Wednesday. It's going to be important. We'll see where we are. Maybe, they're coming out also on Fed Day. Like, what are they going to do on Fed Day? So, to start buying options now, it's tough. I would just do a portion if you're doing options. I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna take any into the print. Just, it's too easy to lose. You could have had FOMO in Tesla and lost, 10, 15, 20 grand, and then been upset and not trade that this was a pretty good trade thereafter. Got above 310, was strong on Friday, closed off highs, gave you another move. Now this gap is filled and gone. Now what? I don't know. I traded a little bit late in the day, made some good money, and then the market comes up and it trades lower. It's kind of annoying. This Tesla's become much more annoying than a leader or something that is trending and making us feel happy about staying with it. There have been some trades. I know a lot of people had a really big day here on Friday with it. Congratulations. Or if it took out Friday's high today, maybe you did, but just didn't close too well for but it filled the gap. So hey, little things to do. Anyway, Apple, pain in the butt. Still just hanging in here, hanging in. So I think I'm just going to continue to accumulate some 220 calls just in case it wants to go through 217. I don't know if it's going to happen pre-earnings or maybe it happens with earnings, but for now it's just sitting here and it went below. I had to stop in at 213.80, which was below, no 213.35, which was below yesterday's low, and it went to 213.06. Still above 212.40 though. It's just not trading with any kind of momentum or any kind of power. It's just sitting, which happens too. You know, what had some power? Nvidia had power. A nice move. We talked about buying this last week, and I did. So that I had options on, and I added too, and it looks good. SMCI screwed that up, but people in the power plays made good money. I wasn't here on Friday when that happened. I would definitely would have taken it, but you didn't have to. You had a bunch of time to buy this in here, and now it looks like it's on its way to 66.41. You know, they're talking about you know, Nvidia can't handle all the chips. Anyhow, went as high as what? 60.08. 60.08. So that's where that is, and that's where that is. ASTS, you know, just day in the life, trading in this new little range here, I guess. You know, while it tries to eat through the convertible. You could have bought a little bit on a dip. You could have sold a little bit higher. It's just hanging here. Dash is kind of got, you know, hit, came into the 8-day. You can raise this up now. This is your new, you know, range type trade. We'll see how it does. 250.71. We'll see. If we get hanging, go above that. Some guys were buying the dip today aggressively. Though to me, it seemed like it was just too fast to be buying the dip aggressively. But it held the 8-day. Looks pretty good. All right, what was bad? Okay, I got stopped out of ACHR. You know, just a loose and wide candle. I'm just going to wait. You know, even though we had a great trade here, it's just not acting well. So I wanted to limit 20. If you have 20% left on of 10 different things and there's a bleed, you're losing money. So that I got out of. UMAC, I'm still in a bunch of options. I still, you know, I think this group's going to go again. It's just, again, how many things do you want to sit in during a week that could be very volatile? So for me, I don't want to be in that many and give back more than I've already given back in the last 3 days, which have been annoying. Still fine. Even Rumble, you know, shouldn't have done this. Shouldn't have come back in. It might just stay in this channel. Thank goodness we're buying here, and then I got rid of a bunch, and then I bought into here, and that to me doesn't look special now, right? It's below the moving average, below the 8-day, so we talk about being something for a swing that sort of looks special. This doesn't look special, so I'm gonna wait. Grab, somebody's talking about. It's hanging in there, so it's trading a little bit up after hours, but we've seen that before, so we'll see. Chinese names, Baba was better than Baidu. Don't know what's the matter with Baidu. Kind of it was annoying also. A lot of little annoying things pecking at the red dog today. Even some of my friends were just annoying me today. You're all my friends too, I get it. I'm just saying, like, some friends that I'm not supposed to be talking stock market with are all asking me about the stock market and all asking me about stuff. But anyway, it's funny. That looks right. So what about IBIT? Yeah, it's still hanging in, building this bull flag. Bought some here, trimmed a little bit. I'm still in it. We'll see how long this takes. Ethereum, bought a little bit Thursday, Friday, sold a little bit. Wasn't ready just to break out above. So some of these things are still, you know, moving well and moving along. Google was bad. Not really. What was so bad about Google? Still above the 8-day. All Google's doing is letting the 8-day catch up. Anyway, you know, look at this move. Look how many days JP Morgan, you know, went sideways before breaking out. Not sure what day JP Morgan, you know, what's it called, reported, but it took a bunch of days to regroup, get above the 8-day, improve, and go. Goldman also. Look at Goldman. You know, Goldman reported, I think, on this day, it took 1, 2, 3, 4 days of rebuilding above the 21-day before going again. And now I guess you have a new high here today. What's that high? 732.50. Wow. So just like, you gotta have perspective. There's, you know, some of these things have just come too long, and it's just the option guys have too much control, and there's too much premium in there, so there's only so much that could happen. Anyway, Netflix, yeah. Definitely Netflix was in a trend when nobody wanted it, where which gave a few different trades, and then the report was strong, and then it's just giving you little trades. Still above this little spot here, whatever that is. What is that? 1162. But what did it do? Just like here, did a red dog reversal, got rejected. Red dog reversal got rejected. It's probably good for some people. To me, it's a tough stock, so I'm just sitting back. I'm just trying to give everyone some parameters and a bit of a roadmap. 1162, we'll see what happens there now. But what did it do? It's been rejected at the 8th day, so until it takes that back, be a little careful. Mister's been horrible. Not horrible, but kind of failed here. Right. If you were playing for upper bull flag, came in, back into the moving averages. Just a tough trade. Sometimes it leads, sometimes it lags, Shirley. Right now it's lagging, and then you have a few little, maybe some gap fill trades. This IBM looks like it has some room. I think Fibonacci and some of the crew are playing it. I'm not playing it, but got above this little area. Trying to do the same thing Tesla did, I guess. Tesla, filled the gap, and now we'll see. Well, anyway, yes, you didn't have to take, you didn't have to take it into that. Boeing, yeah. Boeing, though, into the print is probably a lot tougher now because people are expecting a good report than it was down here. If it's down here, it could have been better than feared. Up here, it's got to deliver. But yeah, it's been acting very well. Some guys have been making money. Lower range, yeah, above the 8th day. I'm not playing it though. Looks pretty good. Palantir, what'd you do today? A little loose and wide, but again, look where it came from. Held the 8th day. Strong trend. Guess you could make this now. To give you a new point of reference before coming back up. What's that? I don't know if this is real, but maybe it was 153.04. Thanks. Sorry. Anyway, tomorrow should be interesting. The day before the Fed, the last day for people to kind of like shake and bake some things and jockey around positions, and then we have all those earnings report to start on Wednesday. I did put a few things on. I do spaces with a bunch of guys, and a lot of them are fundamental. A lot of them focus on mid caps. So one of them was saying that he really likes this lending club, into the print. So I bought a little bit of it. Said here they took off some big write-offs that they didn't need for the tariffs, and it's acting better, and it could be worth a trade. So someone's like, why the hell are you in lending club? So it's that, and and there was one other thing I bought with them today. What did I buy with? Oh, PUBM. It's kind of like a what is it? It's just I don't even know really what it is. He just gave a really good explanation of it and said it's unloved, low valuation. The business is doing well. He's the one to give us his MGNI into the last print. Down here, I was buying MGNI, and that was a great trade. And look what happened. Some loved the story, so it was just a new name. So that's what this is. PUBM, did I say? Yeah. So I bought some options for it. Yeah, advertisers. They say they have a strong economy, advertising business a little bit better. We'll see. Figured a little bit off the beaten path. Chart looks pretty good too. Got a little downtrend. This is actually similar to when this MGNI was all the way down here. Now it's this. Wow, look at this now building. Must have been a big trade for this guy's name is Logical. Nice chart. Some love this story. That was here. Wow. That was, or was it here? I don't know. I don't remember exactly. What's TTD doing? Yeah, it's in a big gap. Remember we played this? It was really good. Kind of consolidated now. Looks like it's filling that gap. So we'll see. We'll see if money, comes into. These guys were talking about software. Software is undervalued. Mid cap software is undervalued. We'll see. All in all, again, kind of quiet day, but a day where you could have, trimmed some strength, maybe faded a few things, and then figured out what you're committed to, bought a few things on the dip, and just re, you know, re mixed up a little bit or reshuffled your portfolio approach ahead of what could be a really volatile week in the next um, week or two. I'm still buying the UVXY, just trying to accumulate a little bit into this low move here. I feel like if there's something that happens that I don't know I could see, between now and August 22nd or in September, you know, better to be buying this stuff, accumulating it little by little by little, instead of just like shorting things. And then if something were to happen that I didn't expect or we didn't expect, we'll get paid. And if things start to, show signs of a pullback, whether it's a 2% pullback, a 3% pullback, chances are at some point this will get back to the 200-day again, but we'll see when. Sometimes it gets through it. But anyway, hasn't actually got back up to it since May 23rd, since this real rally started. I'm not buying shares. I'm not going to accumulate it. It's not going to be an over focus. But every time we make new highs, I'm going to look and say, maybe I'll buy a little bit more, depending on where we are. Instead of the August ones, I'll go with the September ones, just to have, just in case. And if it continues down and things start acting great, which they were, where I was at the highs of my year on Wednesday, besides, a few little days of bleeding, then we'll find the trades and we'll go after them. And this will be the hedge with maybe some premium sold into an overbought condition, which right now we're really not that overbought. But we'll see. All right, guys. Have a good evening.